Prologue, Soul Edge. 1583, Zasalamel 1. I know Zasalamel. I know he's gonna be cold as shit, bro.
Across all history, the truly strong remain shrouded deep in darkness, hidden from society.
Is he a bug?
They carefully erase all traces of their existence, so that when later generations look back on history, it is as if they were never there. But sometimes, even the most perfect plans to erase one's tracks leave unexpected loose ends. This tome was one of those loose ends, left behind in charred ruins. What secrets lie within?
I'm gonna tell you for Zasalamel's story. Real shit. I know a lot of times I be like in and out of these stories. Zasalamel's, nah, I'm tearing up.
A banal way to begin a tome, but writing down one's own history in a book is strange enough to begin with. I began writing this as an indulgent pastime, so I may as well enjoy myself. Now, about the cursed sword known as Soul Edge. I intend to record its secrets in this very tome. However, I must exercise caution. A fitting end awaits all who seek the cursed sword.
Funny enough,
Soul Edge is a mystery.
in terms of Siegfried, he is right.
An ordinary sword,
And Cervantes, damn.
power. But after fighting on countless battlefields, it gathered a great deal of negative power until a curse fell upon it. That much is true.
Oh, that's neat. God damn it. Alright, back into it. Sorry, I didn't want to miss anything. Or like, you know, not hear anything because of my sneezing. Alright, back to it.
All who played, murdering until they bled.
So he said Soul Edge had been filled with negativity and all that from the battles.
So few know of it.
And a curse was built inside of
Despite
it.
its appearances time and time again throughout history. Until, that is, an age long past, when there appeared a man with a mind powerful enough to resist the sword's control.
What was his name?
He was known as the Hero King.
Interesting. Elaborate. You said next time on... Let me stop. Okay, so he probably gonna give us. He could probably gonna give us a little bit more lore. Something that I really truly need. All right. 1584 AD, Zasalamel 2, Chapter 1, the Hero King. The dominating figures who wield Soul Edge, the birth of Soul Calibur. I need to know more about Soul Calibur, bro. Are they one and the same, or?
In that ancient age, great change came only through war. Thus, controlling Soul Edge meant ruling the world. The Hero King, being the man he was, one could say it was inevitable that he would bring peace to this warring world. I won't record the Hero King's name here. Someday I may decide the time is right to reveal it. But that time isn't now.
I think that's
It
us.
is said the Hero King lost Soul Edge due to his jealous son.
Oh no, I'm just.
After the Hero King killed his son, the spirit sword Soul Calibur was born from the remnants of the cursed sword.
Cause I'm not gonna lie, for a cool minute I'm like the Hero King, and you know sometimes in video games they don't actually name your character, they gave it like a nickname or whatever. I low-key thought for a second, I was like, cause I don't be thinking if the game be that like, you know, in deep to where they have like cutscenes or whatever based on like your own character's decisions or whatever. So I'm like, oh, is he talking about us? But nah, nah. This is canon lore. This is canon lore for the game, bro.
Indeed,
Nigga thought he was
the
important.
cursed sword and the spirit sword both come from the very same steel.
Okay.
While the name Soul Edge is known to a select few, the name Soul Calibur is known to almost no one. There is a reason the spirit sword was never revealed to the world.
Elaborate.
Some say the Hero King created the spirit sword, but the truth is that the Hero King risked his life and failed. Those who would carry on the dead king's wish and perfect Soul Calibur were to come later. They were known as the guardians of the spirit sword. Like a thief in the night, they took the spirit sword and withdrew into the dark recesses of They told others of the Hero King's spirit sword, and that they were going into hiding to both prevent Soul Calibur from being used for evil, and to prepare for the threat of Soul Edge.
So what happens if they come back together? Because they said Spirit Sword is from the Curse Sword, so it's like it's the kin of. How would that make sense? Hold on, it's basically the kin of. Wait, because y'all remember that small child, right? And they say that they're the kin of the Cursed Sword, but there's no way there's no way that they would. That kid don't even make sense. The existence of that goddamn child don't even goddamn make sense. So I'm not even gonna get into it because it would just hurt my brain. Because I was gonna say, could they somehow possibly be connected to it? But they said, it was born from the Cursed Sword. They took it like a thief in the night. They took the sword and went into hiding. That's why what's his name shit makes no sense to me. Because what's his name was trying. I think it kept saying like. Because Siegfried's whole little ending and his mental battle made no sense at first, a little bit, maybe because I just don't know too much. Because he was trying to, he kept saying that he was trying to protect he was trying to protect Soul Calibur so Nightmare doesn't get it or whatever. But I think the sword that he was protecting was actually the Cursed Sword. But I don't know. It'd be so confusing because it's like I've never seen that sword ever. Or like I don't know if it's the same sword that he used, but like an augmented version. But I don't know. I don't know, because I be hearing that Soul Calibur like adjust to like, not Soul Calibur, Soul Edge adjust to the user. So it's like, you know, I'll be so confused. But maybe when I do research or someone will let me know, or if I just find out myself. 1585 AD, Zasalamel 3, Chapter 2, the Avel Organization, the king who laid his hands on the Spirit Sword. Is this dude really just gonna be is Zasalamel's whole story him just talking to us, bro?
The guardians of the Spirit Sword.
He gotta be cold if he's just talking. They don't want to show his true power. If his whole thing is literally just lore.
Was a king from medieval Europe. Born in Britain, the king used the Spirit Sword to rule a large swath of Europe. I'm skeptical as to whether the king ever truly existed. But assuming the tales are true, he was somehow connected with the guardians of the Spirit Sword, from whom he received the blade. Also, it would be reasonable to assume the king fought with the one who possessed the cursed sword and won.
Interesting.
After the king's death, though, no one knows what happened to the Spirit Sword. Perhaps we should assume it eventually found its way back to the guardians of the Spirit Sword. But it should be noted that their power had dwindled greatly by that time. At the same time, there were those who awaited the second coming of the king. On the eve of the king's passing, a loyal knight set forth to find the Spirit Sword and restore the crown. That was the start of the secret society known as the Aval Organization.
Okay.
They hid themselves well for a considerably long period of time. Not even I learned of their inner workings until quite recently. Sworn to the late king, the Aval Organization sought the Spirit
and for the Aval Organization,
secretly assassinated.
Given that Zasalamel knows all this shit just off rip, it's kind of impressive how secretive they are.
Assassinated all whom they deemed outsiders, those who were aligned with the Cursed Sword or did harm to humankind.
Yeah, we've seen that from we've seen and learned that from Grove.
Reveals there was some unrest hidden below the organization's seemingly unshakable exterior.
Talk about it. This whole shit is actually lore. This whole shit is dead ass lore. That's actually crazy. Okay then. 1586 AD, Zasalamel 4, Chapter 3, the Evil Seed. The Cursed Sword's quickening and its discharge of power.
After slumbering in the shadows of history, Soul Edge was awakened by the pirate Cervantes de Leon. Cervantes attacked the ship of
His name
one
is so
who had
tough.
won Soul Edge at an auction. He stole the cursed sword and became its puppet. Soul Edge changes its form depending on its wielder. When Cervantes took up the cursed sword,
okay, it was Cervantes
into two blades
that had it changed into
and
two.
after nearly 30 years of slumber, it caused that terrible catastrophe. Cervantes and the cursed sword were defeated by a female warrior, and one of the blades was destroyed.
Sophia.
Shattering without coming in
Put some respect on her name.
Spirit sword was a first for Soul Edge. Immediately afterwards, the evil seed occurred. The evil within Soul Edge was unleashed upon the entire world.
So, was it shattering the cause of the evil seed? And that's what caused basically everything that's going on, Malfested and everything?
Why did the evil seed occur?
Also, I think a while back I said that Nightmare and Siegfried were the cause of, you know, everything. I would like to retract that statement. It's actually Cervantes. Got it.
What havoc did it wreak where it landed? Not even I have any way of discerning this. But one thing is certain. Ever since that day, the cursed sword's malfested kin have been swiftly multiplying. What does it mean to be malfested? It's extremely hard to define, for the resulting phenomena are so varied. There are those who undergo monstrous transformations, while others look no different from ordinary humans at first.
Sound like goddamn demons from Demon Slayer.
In addition to humans, some animals have experienced transformations as well.
Besides that
Common traits of the malfested include heightened fighting instincts and violent tendencies.
Oh, this definitely sounds like demons from Demon Slayer, bro.
Hungry only for slaughter, while others use strategy to entrap powerful foes. But they all slip into towns and cities, seeking blood under the cover of darkness.
That's looking scary as hell, bro.
The Azure Knight Nightmare.
Something looking exactly like you, and it's like
possessed Soul Edge.
in a swift like second, bro. Just take your life.
Personally, I was also interested in discovering this knight's true identity. I then received news that the Evolve organization had encountered him and were defeated.
Oh, you're talking about Nightmare
It
now?
intrigued me that there seemed to be someone in their organization deeply interested in the evil seed.
Intriguing. I think if anyone else was playing this, they'd probably be pissed off by this part. I kind of need this because I've never played this game before or played any Soul Calibur game, so I low-key do need this. Everyone else, they probably like, bro, skip. Like, they don't want to hear this. Me, though, I need it. 1587 AD. Some of this stuff I kind of already know, but some stuff I literally don't. 1587 AD, Zasalamel 5, Chapter 4, The Three Sacred Treasures. Ling Xing Su and the Evil Seed.
While Soul Edge has appeared
Bro, my hands
constantly
were
throughout
sweating,
history,
bro.
Soul Calibur's whereabouts are still shrouded in mystery. In time, I lost interest and gave up trying to search for any traces of it. But after resuming my search later, I found that it had been taken to a temple in the east at some point. With it were taken a staff able to absorb all manner of energy.
That's how. Okay, so now it makes sense. Cause y'all remember when Killick had that staff, and then out of nowhere, like his whole village or his whole like temple got destroyed or whatever. And I was like, was it from the staff or what happened? Like that part confused me like crazy. But he's saying there was a staff that was taken to that was able to absorb all manner of energy. His staff absorbed energy, and it absorbed the I think it absorbed the evil seed or the negative energy or what. It absorbed something, and that's why I think that's also why Killick was able to transform and shit, and he couldn't like you know, he couldn't handle it, and that's why his whole journey happened.
Capable of purifying evil. These sacred treasures were used to create Soul Calibur.
Yep, and a mirror,
its power.
a mirror capable of purifying
knows
evil.
What had happened to the guardians of the Spirit Sword, but they must have met with ruin losing the spirit sword and their other
Zasalamel, are you gonna
treasures.
tell us like the whole story? I'm just
As for
asking.
the temple, it later became Ling Sheng's
This stuff I actually kind of know, but you know.
famous martial arts dojo. That
I still,
worshipped the
you know what?
spirit
Let me shut the
sword
fuck
and
up.
the
Let me
other
speak.
weapons as the 3 sacred treasures. But now the spirit sword is no longer there.
Intriguing.
The evil seed deeply affected Ling Shengsu, and most likely caused it to attract evil energy. Its martial arts students were soon overcome by madness and battle lust, and ended up killing each other.
Yep.
The temple fell in a single night. Therefore, no one knows what happened to the spirit sword.
I'm so glad he's talking about this, because bro, I was so confused when I was playing this. I think I was like talking about it over and over. I'm like, bro, how? Like, how did this happen, bro?
There was clearly
Like, it didn't make sense to me for so long.
What powers did he possess? What could he accomplish? I was deeply intrigued.
That's tough. That's tough. So now we get more lore into like all the stuff that happened, and like the background lore of like how it happened and what happened to it. All right, 1588. Hey, damn, he's been going on for years just spilling lore. Well, he's probably getting some, you know, so he's probably getting some intel, doing some recon missions and stuff like that to get this lore for us. Okay, I respect it. I'm not gonna lie though, y'all better at least give us one fight with Zasalamel. If he doesn't give us at least one fight, I'm immediately consider him to be OP. There's a reason y'all don't want us to see him fight. He's OP as fuck. That's why. 1588 AD, Zasalamel 6, Chapter 5, The Necromancer. The man whose sin would weigh forever on his heart. Who the Necromancer?
I only started writing this tome as a pastime. But in order to give it a clear perspective, I must reveal my identity. I was once one of the guardians of the spirit sword.
Yeah, okay.
The precepts of the guardians were very strict, one of which stated no guardian may ever touch Soul Calibur. But in my younger days, I failed to properly suppress my urges. When the others discovered my designs, they broke my arms and banished me. Amid my despair, I searched for a way to survive. What I discovered was the art of reincarnation. After a long period of training, I mastered the secrets contained within his...
Zasalamel, are you giving lore on yourself right now? He said that he learned the art of reincarnation. The title was called... what was it called, y'all? It says something... necromancer. Is he the... Hold on.
Wisdom. I reincarnated myself over and over again.
Whoa.
And became an entity that could transcend generations. At first, I didn't realize the price I would have to pay for eternal life. For every time I reincarnated, I experienced the pain of death. It felt like my soul was being crushed. It is hard to put such pain and suffering in words. Indeed, I hadn't managed to completely escape death. No matter what one may accomplish in life, death remains inescapable. My bodies have lain in countless graves, but my soul will never rest in peace.
So is this...
So it was that
I just fucking... Oh, he's... Oh my... It said reincarnation. I don't know why I thought like every time he was about to die, he just did some shit and got younger again or whatever. No, this dude's been in countless bodies. Different bodies of all kinds. Like he said, his body's been in multiple graves, but his soul keeps reincarnating into another being. Bro, this is tough. What the fuck?
Eternal death I could never have. And such desire began to corrupt my everlasting life. Gradually, I began to seek out death itself.
Just stop reincarnating. That's all you gotta do is stop reincarnating. Unless you can't control it no more. But that's what I be feeling like people be talking about something, they want immortality, they want this, they want that. I feel like, yeah, it seems like, oh, you never die, but then at the same time it's like, bro, shit would get so like hard, and it'd just be like, cause life already is hard, my nigga, and it'd be stressful. You saying you want to deal with that stress eternally, forever and ever, and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever? Nah, bro. Nah, gang, bro. Nah. It ain't, immortality ain't all it's hyped up to be, bro. I wouldn't. No, I'm stop. 5089 AD, Zasalamel 7, chapter 6, the cursed sword. The man who laid his hands on the cursed sword. Watch it be you two. He said he's touched the spirit sword.
Was 1,000 years ago. My desire for death was at its peak. That longing for true death led me to even take hold of soul age.
So he's touched both swords before.
Wisdom, power.
Didn't he say something in the beginning?
In those days, I felt I could do anything.
About someone who's able to carry the cursed sword?
I was forced to confront just how prideful I had been. As a puppet of the cursed sword, I kept fighting to my last breath.
Damn.
And for what?
How strong is that sword, bro?
I fought in an age of endless war that spanned the world, all to establish a certain dynasty. That is...
No, that wouldn't make sense. I mean, it would, but it wouldn't. I was gonna say, he knows all this lore. What if he is like, what if he was like, it wouldn't make sense because Cervantes got resurrected, so it's like, how would Zasalamel be here? But I was gonna be like, what is Zasalamel like, since he gets reincarnated over and over, and there's no specific like guidelines of who he reincarnates into? I was gonna be like, what if he was like all those people who experience certain stuff, right? Because we only see him like, when he tells us stories about the things that he's done, we see him in like his character that he is in now, because that's the first time we've seen him, right? For me at least. But what if it's like, what if he's been like Cervantes? I wouldn't say he's been Nightmare, because him and Nightmare, they're like in the same, timeline right now, so it wouldn't make sense. But what if he's been Nightmare? What if he's been the person in the Evolve organization? What if he's been like, the reason he knows all these stories is because he's reincarnated into like those people who've done those things, you know what I'm saying? So what if he's like, him saying like he's held the sword and he was a puppet? What if he was Cervantes? Because hasn't it only been Cervantes and Nightmare who have held the sword, at least to what people have what's been like told? So what if he's actually been reincarnated in those bodies before?
That's all I'll say on the matter. I've lived as every type of person. Old, young, man, woman. But I've never felt as much joy as when I wielded that power. However,
yeah, so you was once a baddie.
sorry.
I'm up.
And so
I thought y'all didn't hear that.
And was born again into this world.
Oh, so he can't. I don't know why I thought he could control his like reincarnation. He literally can't control it. He dies and he just automatically gets reincarnated. So that's why he seeks death, bro. But he literally can't die. You know what I mean? He literally can't die. He just gets reborn. Wow. That's it, y'all. That's it for Zasalamel's story. His was just lore. I feel like Zasalamel, he has to be cold as fuck, bro. He has so much knowledge. He knows so much stuff. He's literally, like he said, he's been through, like he knows the human body, bro. He's been in a young man's body, old man's body, old woman, young woman. He's been in every type of body you can think of, bro. He's held both swords, spirit and curse. So his abilities and his IQ has to be top notch, bro. Top notch, bro. I swear to you. But as far as Raphael and Zasalamel's stories go, their stories are technically they're both complete. They still got the last ones at the end, the little side stories. I don't know if we're gonna be able to unlock those. I don't know if I unlock them at the end of this, or do I unlock them during my creative player story mode. We don't know yet. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to see. But other than that, bro, Raphael, Zasalamel's story. Zasalamel, we just finished his. We found out the truth behind a lot of things around the staff that Keelik held. We found out what the Evolve organization did before, now. what they did in the future, what their actual motive is, and everything like that. We found out what Zasalamel truly is, his ability, whatever. He can't really control it, but it's his ability. Him being able to reincarnate. A lot of lore, a lot of talking. I'm not gonna lie to you though, I was fucking with it. Bro. It was tough, bro. To me, it was tough. But other than that, let's get on to the last one, y'all. Let's get on to the last one. This one's probably gonna be pretty short too, but it is what it is. The last one, and then we are finally gonna be over. We're finally gonna be finished with the Soul Chronicles mode. It took us a long ass time, but we're finally get finished with it. So let's waste no time and let's do this, bro. Let's do this. I gotta figure out how to say his name. I'm gonna listen to the narrator say his name, because I don't know how to say his name, bro. Geralt, 1586 AD, Geralt. No rest for the Witcher.
Feel my pain, thugging out through the rain, yeah. VVS is all up all on my chain, yeah. You know I'm smoking this gas to the brain, yeah. You know that me, man, I'm not gonna change. Been on my own for a minute, let's get it.